Welcome back everyone. In this exciting video, we will delve into the fascinating world of generative AI. Join me as I am demystify the inner working of generative AI, explore various types of generative AI models and delve into the wide ranging application of this incredible technology. So we are going to discuss about the generative AI. Generative AI is a type of your artificial intelligence technology that can produce various types of content including text, your image, audio and synthetic data. Okay, so actually since our focus is on exploring generative AI, it would be beneficial to establish some context by discussing two widely discussed subjects, that is artificial intelligence and machine learning. So actually when I discuss about the AI, it is a field of computer science which focuses on creating systems that can learn and make independent decisions. Essentially actually AI involves like building machines that can think and act like humans using various theories and methods. Okay, within the realm of AI, so we have machine learning. So actually it is a subfield that involves training a program or system using input data. Okay, and this training allows the model to make helpful prediction when they are presented with the new, or we can say unfamiliar data from the same pool when was used in the training. Okay, so machine learning gives the computer the ability to learn without explicitly programming. Okay, so there are mostly two common classes of email models that are nothing but your unsupervised and supervised. Okay, and the key difference between two is that supervised models we have a labels, and what that actually labels is, so labeled data is data that comes with a tag like a name, a type or a number. Okay, and unlabeled data is that comes with no tag. Okay, so actually now we had explored about the difference between artificial intelligence and machine learning and what supervised and unsupervised. Okay, learning. So now let's take a brief look into the world of what deep learning, uh, world of deep learning. Okay, so which is a specific subset of your machine learning methods. While machine learning encompasses a wide range of techniques, and deep learning stands out as a type of machine learning that leverages your artificial neural networks. Okay, and this enables deep learning to handle and analyze more intricate patterns, we can say, which is compared to your traditional machine learning approaches. Okay, so when I talk about let's say artificial neural network, this has been drawn inspiration from intricacies of the human brain, right, consisting of interconnected nodes or neurons like this type. Suppose this is your neurons. Okay, and they are interconnected. Okay, they are interconnected. This will be connected with the this, and this will also will be connected with the this, and this will also will be connected with the this. Okay, they are interconnected, and this will also will be connected to the this, and this is nothing but your I will let me come here. Yeah, so through this processing data and making the predictions, okay, these neural networks can learn and perform various tasks. So deep learning models in particularly comprises of multiple layers of neurons, enabling them to grasp more complex patterns compared to your ML models. Okay, moreover neural networks have the ability to utilize both labeled as well as an unlabeled data, and this technique is known as nothing but your semi supervised learning. Okay, in semi supervised learning, a neural network is trained with a limit amount of your label data, okay, and alongside a substantial amount of unlabeled data, okay. While the label data aids in acquiring the fundamental concepts of task, the unlabeled data allows the neural network to generalize its understanding to new examples, okay. This is all the things, okay. When we talk about this is nothing but your input layer, and this is nothing but your hidden layer, and this is your nothing but your output layer, okay. These all are thing. Now actually main thing is, okay, we discussed all about this machine learning, AI and deep learning. So now our main topic was AI. So now we finally get to where generative AI fits into this. So actually generative AI is nothing but your a subset of deep learning, which means it uses artificial neural networks and can process both labeled and unlabeled data using supervised, unsupervised and semi-supervised methods, okay. So this is nothing but your you can say subset of your deep learning. And one more thing, subset of deep learning is large language model, LLM, okay. What is this large language model? So actually it is also a subset of deep learning, okay. We will discuss about that. So deep learning models, or you can say machine learning models, or you can say what kind in general can be divided into two types, okay, into two types. First one is generative, or you can say discriminative, okay. Either you can say discriminative. So actually a discriminative model is a type of model which is used to classify or predict labels, classify or you can say the predict labels, okay, predict labels for some data points. And discriminative models are basically typically you can say trained on a data set of labeled data, वो labeled data पे trained होते हैं, okay, and they learn the relationship between the features of the data points and the labels okay. Once a discriminative model is trained, it can predict the label for a new data. When new data will come, it will predict for the label, okay. And in the case of generative model, it generates new data instances based on the learning from the existing data, thus generative model will create you new content, okay. Let's take an example. The discriminative model learns from the input data, okay, that is given X, okay. Let's say I'm saying you, let's consider the example. In discriminative model, it learns to determine the likelihood, or you can say that our output Y, let's say I am trying to predict dog or cat, I want to label that, okay, which is nothing but output Y. So best it is a dog or not given our input X, okay, being a dog or cat. So it classifies the input as a dog or not based on this probability. So on the other hand, when I say about the generative model, it will learn the overall likelihood of both the input X and the output Y, okay, and it can then predict the probability of the input being a dog, okay, and it will generate an image of dog based on this information. This is the basic difference between generative AI and the discriminative AI. So to summarize, generative models can generate new data instances, while discriminative models discriminate between two kinds of data instances, okay. So I will show you something, two images, yeah. This is nothing but your figure 1, okay. This is nothing your figure 1. This is a traditional machine learning model which attempts to learn the relationship between the data and the label, okay, and model is fitted and then output and that label is shown, okay. And in the figure number 2, you can say this is a structured content and structured data, okay, and the this will generative AI model which attempts to learn what patterns in content so that it can create your new content. See, this is the main thing. So basically I will show you how to like someone will ask you how to distinguish generative AI. Generative AI को कैसे हम differ करेंगे? So good way to distinguish generative AI is it is not generative AI when the output or let's say Y or label is a number or a class. Simple. For example, take an email which is a spam or not a spam. This will not be a generative AI. Okay. It is generative AI when there is the output is natural language. Natural language. Okay. Like something called a speech, text, okay, image, audio. Then it will be your generative AI. Okay. So for example, to summarize at a high level, the traditional classical supervised and unsupervised process. Let me show you. I have one more figure. Yeah. So basically classical supervised and unsupervised learning process takes the training and label data to build a model. Okay. Then the model will give you the prediction. It can classify something, it can predict something, it can cluster something. When I come to the generative AI, it will take training code, label data or unstructured data or say unlabeled data of all data types and will build a model. That model will generate new content. For example, text, code, image, let's say audio, let's say video. Okay, this is all the things. Okay, basically in the previous thing, like how we were distinguishing let's say cat or dog. Okay, so actually we were hard coding. So we will be typing like type is nothing but your animal. Okay, legs is nothing but having 4, like this type we are hard coding. Okay, so there is a wave, so there are 3 types of wave. One wave is traditional programming, which I showed you. The second wave is neural network, and the third one is generative wave. So what are these? So in the wave of neural networks, we give the pictures, okay, of cats or dog, okay, and ask is this a cat, or it would predict a cat. In the generative AI, what we do, we as a users can generate our own content, whether it to be a text, image, audio, video. For example, you have a chat GPT and Bard. They have a dialogue applications, okay, that ingest have a very large data from the multiple sources, like they have learned from the books, they have learned from the Wikipedia, okay, and from the internet, and build some foundational models. We as a people, we use a user simply by asking a question, whether typing it in a prompt here, tell me about the dog. Okay, so it can give you everything what it has learned about the dog. Okay, so now from here we can define generative AI. So generative AI basically a type of your artificial intelligence that creates new content based on what it has learned from the existing content. This is what generative AI is. Okay, and the process of learning from this existing content is nothing but your called training, and results in the creation of nothing but your new content from the given prompt. Okay, that is the results. An AI uses the model to predict what an expected response might be, and this generate a new content. Essentially, it learns the underlying structure of data and then generate new samples which are similar to the data it was trained on. So I was actually talking about the LLM here, LLM. So actually LLM is stands for large language model. It falls under the category of generative AI, as they have the ability to generate fresh and cohesive text that resembles natural language. Okay, so on the other hand, generative image model functions by taking an image as an input and producing various output, such as your text, another image, or even video. For example, let's take an example what I am trying to say. Let's say when you type in the Google or something, auto completion. Okay, these are all or comes under this. Okay, so this is the all about the large language and the generative AI. Okay, so Actually, generative AI harnesses the remarkable capabilities of your transformers, one of the very important topic in natural language processing, which has sparked in natural processing back in 2018. Okay, at its core I'm trying a transformer model comprises of two essential components. One is nothing but your encoder and second one is nothing but your decoder. Okay, if you will tell me to make a separate video on this transformer, encoder and decoder, it requires highly mathematics, I will make that. Okay, actually encoder process and encodes the input sequences, while the decoder learns to decode the encoded representation to accomplish a specific task. This is all about the generative AI. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching this video.